Hello, all of my beautiful people, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the awakening journey. I am an intuitive ascension-based astrologer, a tarot reader, a Reiki master, and an angelic healer, and I offer a whole variety of different services to assist you in your ascension process. Those are all listed in the description box below, so feel free to browse through those. And if you're interested, email me so we can set something up. I would absolutely love to be of assistance to you. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Today we are going to be talking about the 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate portal. This is the biggest portal of the year. And the energy, we're in it already. The energy, if you guys haven't been feeling it, I don't know how you haven't been feeling it. Let's put it that way. It is that intense and it's just amping up. It started or opened, so you would say, around the 26th of July. I say around because time is fluid, right? So linear time, it's one of these things, its energy is not constrained by that. But on or around the 26th of July, which actually coincides with the Galactic New Year, which is a really exciting concept all on its own. I feel so terrible that we missed the Galactic New Year. I will have a video out on that very soon, and we're going to be talking about a lot more of these galactic type things. I actually ordered a galactic calendar from this website called 13moons.com. I would highly recommend you guys check that out. I'll definitely be referencing it when we do the Galactic New Year video. But we all have a galactic signature, and each year has a galactic signature. And there's just all different types of galactic and cosmic events that go on outside of the general astrology as well. So I'm ordering that calendar. It should be here any day. We're not going to miss any more of these galactic events. We're going to have videos on all of them. So if you guys are interested in that stuff as I am, like, get excited, because I'm pretty excited about that. But yes, this portal opened on the 26th with the Galactic New Year, and this portal will reach its peak on the 8th, August 8th, right? The portals are always these repeating sequences of numbers. So on 8-8, the portal will be at its strongest. This is when the star Sirius aligns with the Earth. So we have the sun, which is like our life force and our ego and our identity, right? It's what nurtures us on this earth plane and sustains our life. But then we have Sirius, which is called our spiritual sun. And so this is sort of this gateway through which we receive so many of these activations and these light codes and all of these different things. And so this portal is when Sirius is the closest to Earth and aligned with the Earth. And on the 8th, we also have an alignment of Orion's belt with the Pyramid of Giza. So this is just so much. That's why this portal, you may not, I mean, with me and with Kayla on my sister channel, right? Like, you guys have gotten a video on all of the major portals, right? But a lot of other people don't necessarily talk about them, but they do talk about this one because this is the big daddy of all the portals. This is, I mean, I'm going to read you guys. I have some information that I channeled on it, and then we're going to get into a reading, and we're just going to really sink into this energy and what this means, because this is huge. For those of us well into our ascension journey, this is like the jump off point. This is go time. This is absolute universal alignment, and all of our dreams and wishes and desires being moved tremendously. Like earth and heaven are being moved to assist us in our spiritual missions at this time. So this is big, big stuff. And we're gonna get right into the channeled information and then go from there. So this is what I got for you guys regarding this portal. During this 8-8 portal, we will experience a synchronization of all of our energy system upgrades so far this year. For most, this will provide relief from ascension symptoms, as integration on a deep level is occurring. Some others may experience a temporary intensification of symptoms, but these will abate. Union with our galactic families is possible, and travel to their dimensions for some. Those who are of the family of light may be called home to the ship for more intense upgrades. And so this is really interesting. that I channeled this information, right? Because my friend and I were actually visited by extraterrestrials. I know this gets a little out there, but this is a portal video, you guys. Like, we had an encounter with extraterrestrials when we were out at the beach the other night. It was really intense and really wild, and we did not go aboard the spacecraft. I was a bit resistant. I wasn't sure if this was the Galactic Federation or if this was my family of light or if these were other beings. Like, we always want to be careful with that. We always want to ask beings if they are of service to the light when we interact with them. And if they don't answer us, if they tell us no, and they can't lie to us if we ask them this question. This is what I was taught anyway. If they're not, we blow them away with love. And I wasn't really sure about these guys, so I blew them away with love, and that did not happen. But afterwards, I remembered this, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder if, but I truly believe, I mean, I'm a little skeptical. I don't necessarily trust everyone and every entity right off the bat. So they understand that they have to come correct if they're going to come. So I'm not necessarily sure that it was my family of light that we encountered, but we definitely encountered some type of extraterrestrials and their spacecraft. And it was a very intense experience. And these are experiences that a lot of people may have right now. As anytime there's a portal, it's our connection to these other dimensions is intensified. And this being the most intense portal, that connection is going to be really intense and really, really hyper-focused. And there's going to be so many access points, and a lot of people we may see an increase in these encounters with other entities, right? And so some of these may be really good. This may happen in your waking state, as what happened with my friend and I the other day, or this may also happen in your dream state, that you may go and you may receive more intense upgrades from your galactic family at this time, which is really interesting and really exciting. And so, yes, so there's that. This portal is about manifesting and tasting infinity, but it is also about harmonization as our energy fields begin to work in perfect tandem with the higher dimensions and our soul's highest blueprint. Those on their path will be placed in the speediest trajectory to fulfill their purpose and infused with all they need to fulfill it here on Earth. We are being imprinted with the galactic fire, an intense ability to manifest our soul's pure potential in this physical realm, should we wish to tap into it. As we tap into this power and energy, we help to template this process for future waves of souls and to combat the fear frequency that holds so many hostage still. Energy will begin moving upward instead of down as a fountain that rises from our lower chakras and pours up into the heavens. And so this I saw more as a visual. And so I'm not necessarily saying that this is how our energy is always going to move. I believe the sense I get is that it has an upward and a downward spiral and flow to it. But I got this vision of our energies just literally pouring up from our lower chakras as this beautiful fountain, just like up into the heavens. So it's just this, and I think more than anything that was symbolic of this incredible connection that we're having with the cosmos and with our galactic families and with these other expressions of ourselves, right? These higher expressions of ourselves, for lack of a better term. When I say higher, right? Like these are multi-dimensional selves, like the way that our energetic system is merging with our multi-dimensional selves. I feel like the visual that I got was really representative of that. And so that's where that came from. And then we can receive anything we require during this time to aid us in the ultimate manifestation of our soul's purpose here on Earth. We are told that we are the creators and are being guided to ask for what we wish to receive, then be open to receive it. And so this is really important. This is that intention setting process. If you guys watch the video that I just recorded for the full moon in Aquarius, we talked about how this week we're really being given the tools and the insight necessary to fine tune our intention process and to really know what it is that we want and to really sort of discard all of the things that are not working for us anymore and to really shed those old limiting beliefs, to really dig deep into that healing process so that we are in this open state to receive. Like the Lionsgate portal is this incredible heart energy, right? It's this huge heart chakra activation that we receive on this day always as well, right? And so it's just really opening up that energy and allowing us the process throughout this week of releasing everything that exists within our heart chakra that is blocking us from that process of receiving. So we've been in this space, and on this 8-8 portal in meditation, we can ask for specifically what it is that we need. We have determined that we need in order to fulfill our mission, and that is going to be granted to us. So this is so important. If there's one day this year that you meditate and you set intentions, this is that day. But know that like your galactic family knows exactly what you need. Spirit knows exactly what you need, and you are going to receive that. So even if you don't know exactly what that is, just set the intention to be open to receive it, and you will absolutely receive that. This is a portal of healing and bliss. We are bliss, and this portal reminds us of that. We are love and light and passion. The seeds of intention are being planted within us, and if we water these seeds, they will bear beautiful fruit. And I saw this visual as like almost these different seeds just being planted into all of our energetic centers, right? We are being blessed, reconnected with our divinity, with our soul's blueprint, and being infused with the magic and the confidence to act upon it. This is what is meant by the sacred fire. Our soul fire is being ignited. We are being linked in with magical beings that guard and protect the earth, initiated as keepers and guardians of the light on this earth plane. Our individual missions link and support one another, just as the 5D grid links the energy of the fifth dimension into this plane. As we express and live our purpose, tend to our sacred creative fire by watering our seeds, aka nurturing ourselves and living our individual dreams. We download the templates of heaven on earth for all of humanity to access, which ultimately facilitates the living of the collective dream, which is heaven on earth. We are being given the keys to the kingdom in the form of these seeds and potentials, but it is up to us to grow them, to root the tree of our being in both into Gaia and stretch our branches up into the sky, which I think is another representation of that visual of like the lower energies moving and branching and flowing and fountaining up, right? So this is really important, this idea of templating. Like we are, as we have this sacred soul fire ignited, right? And as we really begin pursuing our dreams and our passions and living our purpose and living our truth, what we are doing is creating a template for future waves of souls in this ascension process to utilize. We are physically rooting in and downloading the codes that are going to assist the ascension of the planet right now. We are showing, we are the way showers, right? Like we talk about this, who are showing people how to live, how to do this, how to create heaven on earth. We are the pioneers of this process. And as we do that, we strengthen that energy and we make it accessible. There are so many people. There are those forces that operate and feed off of fear, right? That want humanity to stay stuck in this fear mentality that prevents their ascension. There is so much fear. There is so much anxiety. Like they are doing a great job, or so they think, of instilling and really rooting that fear in people. But this portal is like an uprooting of that. If you allow that to be uprooted from you, it will be. And as we liberate ourselves, we allow ourselves to be liberated, we then liberate others. So we are beginning this process, right? Really initiating with this portal, that process of liberating other people from their fear. There is, even if a large percentage of the population is still living in fear and darkness, as the light is so much more powerful. So if even a fraction like we have right now of the collective on earth is living in this state of love, in this state of bliss, in this state of awareness, right? Like that light radiates out exponentially. So every time the number of people who are awakening is increased by even a fraction, that ripples out and creates these massive waves of light. So what we are doing is so, so important. If you found this video, you are one of these people, one of these starseeds, one of these souls who is here blazing the way forward, right? Like there were people that came before us and helped to pave the way. And now we are helping to pave the way for future souls, and our numbers are growing and we are becoming stronger and more united. And it doesn't even matter if we're united in the physical, our energy is united. And as we live our passion and our purpose without fear, and we embrace the truth of who we are, we connect in that way. That's what we're talking about when we talk about the grid of light that we're creating. We connect in that way, and we are downloading these templates for humanity to follow. So that is fucking huge. And then lastly, I also got the information that it would be helpful to do a sun meditation on this day. And this is going to help to anchor the codes of the sun into the being. Great life force energy is being offered to strengthen our physical vessels and harmonize our celestial frequencies with the growing frequencies of this new earth. For some, their soul name may be given on this day. The purpose of this is to awaken the full potential, the sacred soul fire within them. So those were two different concepts that I just put there. The first with the sun meditation, the solar energy is very linked in with the 8-8 portal. So it's not surprising that this came through. It's that Leo energy, that lion energy, right? That is ruled by the sun. And then we talk about Sirius being our spiritual sun. And so the sun is going to be so important. We can do a meditation for Sirius in the evening time and drink in and bathe in those light codes. And during the day, do that meditation to our sun, right? And to the grand central sun as well. And really just receive, I feel our sun as sort of a conductor for the energies and the light codes coming from the grand central sun right now. And so just really bathing in those and allowing those to strengthen us and fortify us. And this is something that really I aim to do more often. I do it sometimes. The more we do this, the better, because we are receiving so much from the sun right now and always, but especially on this day to really anchor into that. And yeah, for some people, their soul name may come through as well. That may be an intention that you want to set in your meditation during the Lionsgate portal on 8/8, is to receive your soul name if it's meant for you to hear at this time. And when we hear our soul name and the resonance and the frequency of that, and we're able to identify with that, it brings back memories. It brings back ancient knowledge and wisdom. It really connects us with the truth of who we are, with our multidimensional selves. And it really empowers us. It just brings a whole new level of vitality and empowerment to our energy fields. So that's going to be really helpful for some people to receive as well. There's just so much going on right now. Like all of that incredible stuff. Like I'm always pumped, but I'm super pumped about this. So we're going to get into the cards and we're going to see what they have to say. And we're going to start with the Starseed Oracle today. And just see what guidance we have for this 8/8 portal from the Starseed Oracle. And I'm just checking. I like to timestamp, so it's easier if I look now and see what time we're at than watching through the video again to get it for people. But I hope that everyone would listen to the beginning of that, because that's just incredible, beautiful information and confirmation for what I'm sure a lot of you have been sensing and feeling already. So 8/8 portal guidance. What is going on with this 8/8 portal? How can we take full advantage of this? What information does Spirit have? Okay, so that fell out pretty. Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning is the first card that came out. And so, yeah, we came to Earth to learn, right? We came to have this experience. We came to have this incredible three-dimensional experience, right? This process whereby we're able to live and die, and we're able to become so many different people, right? We live all of these different identities, and we grow, and we experience so much more through the being of all of these different identities than we would if we just lived forever as one entity. And so we're really like, we come to this earth school to learn. And so many of us have learned so much, but now it's like there's a level of graduation that's coming. Like we are graduating to the next level of our evolution. And we're really being asked to allow that to happen right now, but to know that we're still growing. Like as we evolve and ascend, I think a lot of people have this idea that what's going to happen is just that we're going to be these perfect all-knowing beings just like floating in bliss all the time. Like no, we're ascending into we're moving into the fifth dimension, right? This earth is moving and we're moving with her, but like earth is still earth. Earth is a school. We are here to learn, so we're still going to be growing and learning. We're going to be doing things here that have never been done before. It's going to be really fascinating and really exciting to witness. But it's that continued, it's all about the soul growth. And so we've been learning some really intense and serious life lessons this year. This year has been intense. 2020, I talk about this sometimes, is a portal year, right? We have the repeating 2s and 0s. 2020, like this whole year is this galactic gateway where we're moving into, like really anchoring into this new earth, this ascension process. So many people are awakening, right? And so we've had to learn some really hard lessons this year. We've really grown astronomically. We've been asked to let go of a lot of karma. We've been healing ancestral karma, collective karma. We've had just this collective shadow process that we've gone through as we've released all of those lower energies. And because these energies are amping up, it's been on like overdrive. We've been going through that process so quickly, and it's been really overwhelming for a lot of people. So this is also just acknowledgement from spirit that spirit sees you. Spirit knows and recognizes the work that you have put in and that it has not been easy. And it wants you to know that as your perspective changes, as you allow that heart center to open, as you build that connection, you will experience more peace, right? It's never going to get easy because that's not the point, but it will continue to get more and more beautiful, and we'll experience more of that bliss, and we'll understand that we are that bliss, right? And so we are going to continue to be asked to step up and step into that. And that process is going to continue, is going to entail more lessons and more growth and more overcoming of fears and blocks. We're not done with this, right? But it's going to flow more and more smoothly as we allow it to. We're basically moving on right now from secondary school to graduate school, postgraduate to graduate. I don't know. I didn't go to traditional college, not really for more than a couple semesters here or there to do something fun that I found interesting. So I'm not really up on all of the hierarchy of how that works, but we're graduating to the next level of that experience right now. And it's really, really beautiful. But there's been so much that we've been learning. But I mean, just look at her diving into the clouds, just diving in. This is the excitement that we felt when we came here, believe it or not. We were just leaving one dimension and consciousness and diving into this new experience that was going to challenge us and was going to push us. And those of you watching this video, right, I can guarantee it, came here to also assist in this process and to witness this and to be an active part of this and participant in this ascension process. And we were so excited to do that. It was a big undertaking, but we were ready for it. And if you incarnated here right now, if you are still here, if you are paying attention to this video and this information, you have what it takes. If you did not have what it takes to do what you came here to do, you wouldn't have come here to do it. And you are so supported in that process. And it's just I see her, it's it looks like she's jumping out of a portal, right? It's just so good, so cool. This is also to me showing how we are sort of moving through dimensions during this portal as well. And we're really gonna come into our understanding and our ability to do that, to a much larger extent, which is really cool. What other cards do we have? Okay. We have lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So this is this process that we're in right now, right? Throughout this week. And we have been in for quite a while, right? But it's just everything, it just keeps intensifying. So just really understanding like this, understanding that there is more for us to do here, right? Understanding how important it is to be aligned with our purpose. Like we're really feeling into that right now. And we're really feeling this pressure, even if we don't know where this pressure is coming from, to remove everything from our lives that is not aligned with where we're trying to go, that is not aligned with the vibration that we are moving into. Like we're getting this glimpse, we're getting this understanding, we're being shown. And so a lot of you, I think as well during this portal, are going to be shown anywhere where you've still been operating under illusion as far as what is in alignment and what is not in an alignment, and being asked to and assisted in releasing those things, which is really beautiful. And this is like the veil that separates the dimensions as well, and how that veil is so much thinner right now. And yeah, I mean, this brings up something else as well that I've learned throughout my awakening process and throughout, starting this channel and Intuitive Insights, my original channel that I started with my friend Kayla, and just all these other experiences that I've had with, traveling to other dimensions and experiencing all of these interactions with these other beings and these other things where, like, the more I learn, the more I realize that I don't know anything. There is so much left to learn. And so this questioning, we continue to question. Like the more we learn, the more we question. And if you are becoming aware of more and then starting to question and being like, wait a minute, like, what does that mean if I'm getting these insights, but then I'm questioning everything else? Like, don't question the questioning. The questioning is good. That means that you are on the right track. You're becoming teachable. You're becoming open to the fact that, like, this multiverse is so vast and incredible that it's impossible for our human mind to comprehend even a fraction of it. And so as we begin to comprehend a little bit more, we begin to question even more. And we begin to understand and really allow ourselves to get into that childlike state of wonder. Like we're being invited to step into that state of wonder as well with this portal. And just question everything, ask questions, and you may receive answers. This veil is being lifted. We're being shown anywhere where we're out of alignment. We're being assisted in releasing those things and really stepping into our full empowerment and receiving the things that are meant for us. But in order to receive the things that are meant for us, we first have to release what is not. And then we have karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. And so, yeah, this is interesting, too, as we're talking about the 8-8 and how it lines up with Orion's belt. The Pyramid of Giza lines up with Orion's belt. There's heavy, heavy Egyptian energy with this portal. This portal, I believe that the pyramids were built, like the Pyramid of Giza was very likely built, it's the sense that I get, to harness the energy of this portal. Like it's not an accident that alignment happens at this time as well. I mean, there's just, so a lot of people there may be heavy Egyptian stuff coming up for you, past life energies and gifts that you're integrating and receiving, aspects of your soul experience from those lifetimes coming through, as well as lifetimes in Atlantis and many other places. I'm hearing Lemuria for some of you guys, just a lot of that stuff as well coming in. But this is also like, it's a lot of soul growth. And so when we're talking about anything aligned must go, unaligned must go, right? And then the next card is karmic relationships. We're talking about clearing out those cycles. We're talking about how we have to heal and release our karma in order to ascend, because karma doesn't exist anymore in the fifth dimension. That is a third dimensional concept and construct. And so we're moving out of that. But we are, and we have been, for a lot of us, we've had karmic relationships that have come into our lives over the past year or so, the past few years maybe, that have really put us through some dramatic soul growth, and really were there to prepare us and launch us into this next level. And so I feel for some of you that you may have trouble letting go of some of these karmic relationships just because you learned so much and they taught you so much and you're so grateful for that. But it's time to release those. It's time to understand, especially if there's still conflict involved. Release that conflict. That conflict is only necessary if you have not yet learned what it's there to teach. So take this as an opportunity. Ask the veil to be lifted. If you are still stuck up in those cycles, ask the veil to be lifted so that you can understand and see what that's trying to teach you, so that you can release that and you can move on. And know that karmic relationships aren't bad, right? Like, karmic relationships and karmic soulmates get a really bad rap in the spiritual community, especially in the twin flame community, because they're often looked at as just like roadblocks to our counterpart, right? But really, karmic relationships are beautiful because we're healing and balancing that energy that exists between us and another being, right? We're learning, we're experiencing. A lot of times with these karmic relationships, we experience from the other angle an experience that we provided to somebody in another lifetime. And that helps us both to grow. That helps us to see from both perspectives, right? That's where we talk about polarity. We see from all angles, from both angles, from both ends. And so this is really beautiful. Like, karmic relationships help us to heal some of our deepest wounds and our deepest issues so that we can advance spiritually. And it is absolutely okay and beautiful to have love for a karmic partner. However, once we've learned the lesson, it's time to transcend that. And it is totally possible. Like, this isn't written in stone. Like, I have a karmic relationship, and so, once we've learned the lessons, it's time. We have to, completely 86 each other out of each other's lives. That's not necessarily true. If you've both grown together, you may still have an interaction, but this is a time where you can bring healing to those relationships, so that interaction is from a new place. You're not healing karma anymore. Now you're just having fun, right? We can actually, now that we've worked and hashed out all that stuff, we can have fun together and we can appreciate each other. It's all about seeing the beauty and seeing the gift and learning to appreciate each other. That's part of this earth school, right? These are the things that we came here to learn, and those are some of our greatest teachers. But we do need to release the heaviness around that. We need to release those soul contracts. We can have a soul contract with someone. We can fulfill that contract. And after that contract is fulfilled, if they bring joy and peace to our lives and they're still helping us to grow or just helping us to enjoy life a little bit, which is major soul growth, we can choose to have them in our lives. But we want to make sure that we're not doing that because we feel indebted to them. That's not a heavy process. We're not still immersed in that conflict. If you're still immersed in that conflict with that person or that situation, ask Spirit to show you what it is that you are meant to learn so that you can transcend that conflict and that devil energy, right? When we're talking about the tarot, that devil card energy type, entrapment, and move beyond that into a sense of greater freedom. And then we also have Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So wow, yeah, I'm feeling for a lot of you guys, this has been, and I can admit to it myself, it's been intense. I think that my whole situation that I talked about with moving house and doing all of that stuff that I was doing really helped to bring up and purge a lot of emotions that were going on with me, and a lot, just get rid of a lot of stagnant energy, right? And it is a new beginning as well, moving physically. That is anything that we do physically. When we close something out physically, that's something that symbolizes a greater closing out in the spiritual and in the energetic. But we have that finality of doing it in the physical, which is why rituals and things like that can be really helpful for people, because we can connect to that physically, right? But we've this hasn't been easy. There's been a lot that's been brought up, a lot that's been purging, as it always does when we're getting ready for this next set of upgrades. And so it's just knowing and understanding that you will survive this. This is also, I think a lot of people have been struggling a lot recently, and that's why this spread is coming up. So this is just a reminder that, this is all temporary. This is all necessary. And this is when we talk about this portal being a portal of bliss and healing, right? When we have this exact alignment happen on 8/8, a lot of that, as far as people who've been really experiencing intense ascension symptoms as well, whether that's emotional, I did a video where I talked about ways to ease anxiety and clear your energy, because that's so important right now. We are purging so much just through our energy and our emotions, just wherever this is coming up for you, and whatever it is, however you've been struggling, whether it's been physically with the ascension, with these relationships and all of this stuff, with this this realizing and understanding, this lifting of the veil, and seeing these harsh truths and not knowing how to react to that, right? These will be alleviated through this portal. There is, if we open our hearts and we are receptive to that, a lot of that will be alleviated for us, and we'll be able to step through that and move through that. There will be new solutions and beginnings offered to us. There's going to be so much offered to us. This portal is all about receiving. It is all about receiving. That's what that heart chakra, that's how we receive, is the opening of that. Just be open to receive. And if you don't know if you don't know how, ask. How can I be more open to receive? What do I need to do? What do I need to release? What do I need to let go of in order to be able to do that? All right. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So we're really reconnecting, right? We talked about reconnecting with our soul's highest blueprint, with the pure potential of our souls, and manifested in this physical reality. And so we are. And lost lands, this is also reminding me of, we talked about Atlantis, ancient Egypt, Lemuria, right? All of these past lives and these memories and these soul gifts that we're integrating from these past lifetimes. We are receiving so much. Ask for the soul gifts. Ask for your soul gifts to be returned to you. Those gifts that are necessary and helpful for your path, for whatever it is that you came here to do, for humanity, for your own growth and evolution. Ask for those to be returned, and you will receive that. Whatever you ask for, you are going to receive. We talked about the momentum of this energy and how the manifestation energy is just picking up, and it's almost instant. So really know that it is what you want when you ask for it, and be open and ready, because you will receive it. And this definitely pertains to soul memories and gifts. Right? Kayla, my friend Kayla, and I call the awakening or the ascension the great remembrance, right? Because that's what we're doing, is we're remembering everything that we already know. And for a lot of you, that's going to be happening. You're stepping back into that remembering. You're getting these downloads. You're receiving these memories, these visions. You're maybe returning to some of these places, like we talked about, returning to your family of light to gain more information, to gain more clarity. To really, we're going to be gifted this opportunity to really fine tune and gain clarity around our purpose. Yeah, and then below that we have the void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So this is just about taking that time to really stop moving during this portal and just allow yourself to be and allow yourself to absorb. And also, this is just letting people know that there may be this sort of void in between. We have these new solutions and these new beginnings happening, but in between the ending and the beginning, there's sometimes this null point or this void point. And I think that right now, we have this, we can see this in the astrology as well. I definitely encourage you guys to check out the full moon in Aquarius video that I just posted. We have a lot of sort of roadblocks that have sort of come into our path to slow us down. and to kind of slow the momentum so that we have the time to integrate and we have the time to really sit in that great cosmic womb and receive that nurturing and that healing. It's like a baby. Like, you don't want the baby to be born before it's ready to be born. It needs to grow fully. And so for quite a few of you right now, it's like you're in that process of like, you're in like, it's that gestation period and you're almost ready to be born, but you still need a little bit more nourishment and encouragement. So allow that to happen. If that's what needs to happen for you right now, allow that to happen. Just embrace whatever you're going through right now and be with yourself in that process and allow that process. Don't force yourself to be somewhere that you're not. Allow yourself to be right where you are here right now. Because here is the only place that there is, and now is the only time that there is anyway, right? And then under that, we have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. This comes up a lot. So this is just like, be in that void, be in that space, allow yourselves that process of fully coming to fruition and formation. And also just allow all of that wisdom and that knowledge to integrate, right? And when that is integrated and you have that clear vision, that 2020 vision, right? Pave that new path. Don't be afraid to step out there. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to do what it is that you need to do. This is what we're talking about. When we talk about how we are templating the new earth right now, we are showing people how to live their truth, how to stand in their authenticity, how to look at the constructs that society and this third dimensional existence and these people in power who are now falling from power and are really terrified that that's happening and pulling out all the stops to try to prevent it. We are here to show them, like, you don't have to live like that. You don't have to do that. You can be and do anything that you want because you are a limitless being. And how do we show people that? By believing that and acting on that and doing that and living that ourselves. So that's what we're being called to do after we allow spirit to nurture us and to provide us, and we become open to receiving the gifts and the downloads and all of that magnificence of who we are. We then come out into the world and we pave this new path and we template this new reality for the future generations. Yes. And try not to micromanage. That was all that card was about. Just stay in the flow. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. So this is going to be helpful too. We're talking about the sun meditations and the different things that we talked about. Really connecting with nature and allowing nature to facilitate this process and to heal you as well. Like, we're really receiving so many cosmic downloads, but it's also really important to tap into nature and ground ourselves, right? Like the energy coming up from the earth and fountaining and flowing out into the cosmos. But like, as we're receiving that energy, we want to ground that energy, right? It's coming up, we want to bring it back down. We want to ground it and root it into the earth. We want to be present here, and we want to just receive all the healing that Mother Nature is offering to us right now. I'm going to do an Isis Oracle for you guys as well, because there is so much heavy Egyptian energy going on with this portal. So we're going to close with one of these and see what guidance do we have for the 8-8 portal from Isis. From the aspects of our souls incarnated during that time, right? What messages? What are we receiving? What do we need to know? For the 8-8 portal. Okay. Before I cover that up, stay true and be in your power. There's just these cards flopped out. They always do this to me. All right, so we got Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. And then we got Initiation, spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. Right? The Earth School, right? Everything that we've been learning. And then High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. So let's see what the Temple of Carnelian has to say. Sometimes I forget how much I love these cards. Go. You have such strength within you. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage. Taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied and more of yourself, even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're initiating right now. Our ability, right? That sacred soul fire. In the fierce belly of Sekhmet, the lion-headed sister of Isis, the Egyptian goddess of passion, courage, and fire, there is no room for procrastination, self-doubt, or turning back. She urges you on to your high destiny, calling you to believe, keep going, reach higher, and expand wider. You can do so knowing that the Temple of Carnelian will bring you warm strength, encouragement, and deep trust in your own body wisdom to guide you through any situation or relationship that may arise, to test you so that you can grow into more of your magnificent being, right? Tests, initiation. This oracle calls you to have the courage of your convictions, to have faith in yourself and your own process, to be fearless as you are assured of victory, right? Be lion-hearted. Sekhmet will not be defeated. If you are concerned that you are biting off more than you can chew, or you are not sure about the path you are taking, if you are up to the standard, or if you will ever gain the recognition that you feel you deserve, then know that as you enter the Temple of Carnelian, into the fire belly of the lion-headed priestess, you shall be guided to success. Sekhmet comes alive with boldness. Her power grows with courage, and her fire will burn bright in your life as passion, success, and victory. She says fortune favors the bold and guides you to take the leap you know in your heart it is time for you to take. Trust that she will protect your love, heart, and vision, encouraging you to shine most brightly. This oracle also brings a particular message about divine justice. If you are involved in or witnessing a situation that seems unjust, abusive, or concerning, and are worried that it is not right, the Lion Sister Priestess tells you that it shall be resolved according to divine justice and there is nothing to fear. Pray to her in unconditional love for help, resolution, and trust. If you feel intuitively to act, then do so. Otherwise, allow her to have her own way, as she has done and always will do. There is much more unfolding in life than we can possibly know consciously, and her ways are vast and many. Divine justice always prevails. And so I'm feeling this, some of this too, as relating to those karmic relationships that have been coming up and some of that stuff that we're releasing as we're growing, and just assistance in releasing those and really understanding like what it is. And you can ask her, right? Ask Sekhmet, what is it that I'm meant to learn from this? Will you help me release this? And just trust that like that is all we have to do. That is our part in that justice, is learning and growing from that experience and releasing it when it's no longer relevant to us. Once we've received what we've meant to receive, to release that and know that divine justice will prevail. We don't have to do anything. We've already done everything that we were meant to do. And taking matters into our own hands, unless we're divinely guided and we are protecting another, right, is just going to create more karma. But always, of course, protect yourselves and protect others when need be. But know that like there is so much like retaliation, things like that, all of that type of stuff. That's just creating more karma and it's not necessary. This oracle is also a yes to any question you have been asking. Any obstacle in the way of manifestation of your desire will be cleared away. That's what we're talking about with this portal. Those obstacles being cleared away, that heart center being activated, that reception, being gifted and given everything that we need and everything that we ask for. Sometimes it is our own ego that is cleared. So don't worry if there are a few bumps on the path. It is just part of the manifestation of the desire, right? Those obstacles that we were talking about. Sekhmet assures it will come to pass. In fact, the manifestation is already commenced, like we talk about. It happens first in the spiritual, in the ether, in the non-physical, and then it translates into the physical. So just trust and believe in that. And then we have initiation, spiritual testing. So we are in an initiation phase, right? We are receiving so much. And but we're also being asked to act upon it. Like, we are being given all we need to fulfill our purpose, but then we still have to act. And we're still going to be presented, like we talked about, like, this is the school of earth. This is a school of life that learning is not going to end. We're constantly growing and constantly learning and evolving. That's what we came here to do. So part of this initiation period is going to be, as we receive these gifts, as we receive these blessings, can we step up to the plate? How do we handle challenges when they occur? How do we overcome our fears and our doubts and insecurities and continue to evolve and ascend and not allow things to prevent us or to stop us and stall us in that process, and really step into our empowerment? Like, we are being given, like we said, the keys to the kingdom, right? But we have to water them. We have to nurture them. We have to act on them. And we have to learn how to trust our own intuitive guidance on when it's time to sit back and when it's time to ask. When am I in the void, just receiving and being nurtured? And when am I coming out and stepping out and taking that bold action? And how do I find that balance, right? When you're being spiritually initiated into the mysteries of light, love, and power, there are moments of deep challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge, the learning, growth, or wisdom that can be summoned to turn the challenge into an opportunity for healing, right? What is the gift? Whilst the scorching heat of Ra seeks to burn through any resistance, the Lady Isis, with compassion and cleverness, will protect you from burning and instead enable you to be nourished and grow from the light of Ra. Let Isis help you pass the test of intense growth as you thrive into new light. Yes. This oracle comes as confirmation that you are not needlessly suffering. If you can find the light within the struggles, like we were talking about, right? Tests or challenges that you face now, you will experience breakthrough healing. Yes. Rather than losing love and hope through the challenges of life, the initiate understands all aspects of life are growth opportunities in various states of disguise, waiting to be discovered. Yes. And then the High Priestess, mysteries and revealed in the eyes of Isis. We're going to read what that one has to say too. And then under that, so this will be our closer, we have Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. Right? So we got the Temple of Carnelian, Sekhmet, the lion goddess, the lion-headed goddess, and then we have the Priestess of Sirius, right? So could not be more perfect and laid out if we tried, you guys. You really, you can't make this shit up. It's every time absolutely perfect every time. So this says, beloved Isis gazes upon you now and behind. Her vast eyes, mysteries are unveiled, right? The lifting of the veil. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Yes, yes, yes. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. It is an exciting moment in your unfoldment. Have reverence with an open heart and mind, and wait patiently for the grand revelation that is on its way. So this is like being in that void, right? Being patient, being in that void, allowing these revelations to happen, allowing things to be unveiled and to integrate, and then acting from that place of integration at the time when you were guided to do so. Currently, you are being offered assistance in unveiling your divine destiny. You will be shown your purpose in a broader and more meaningful way than ever before. You can expect to have many aha moments where your life experiences and journeys, right, the lessons, the challenges, suddenly make sense from a bigger perspective, helping you understand how everything you have gone through, initiation, right, has brought you to where you are today, which in turn helps you trust even more where you are being led. You are guided to trust in the reveal, whether it seems preposterously magnificent, right? Nothing is too great or too grand for divine God beings. And you have no idea how it could possibly all happen or whether it seems not nearly grand enough as yet. In time, with your patience and willingness to trust in the unfoldment of your life, you will realize the inherent beauty, perfection, and sublime loveliness of your life unfolding, and that your purpose and destiny are truly exquisite, right? My destiny is perfect for me because it was made for me. I decided upon it. I created it. I came here knowing that I could fulfill it, and I would be given all the tools to do so when they were meant to be received and utilized, right? I don't receive the tools until I'm ready to use them. That's one thing that I've learned, is if I'm not stepping up, if I'm not putting myself out there, if I'm not acting in the ways that I'm being guided to act, I'm not going to receive more, because I don't need it, because I'm not using it yet. So that's part of the thing, is like, we wait for the grand reveal, but we still take the steps that we're guided to take in the meantime. We rest and we retreat. And then when we receive that intuition, we act. And it's that back and forth and that balance. And we just trust that we're going to receive everything that we need to act in the time that we need to receive it. And we're receiving a lot with this portal, guys. Let's see. You will feel even more joy and peace and trust within you, growing into the serenity of the High Priestess, who accepts all with a wisdom born of great insight and understanding. Rather than being passive, she is actively surrendered. That's what we were just talking about, right? In absolute trust in higher wisdom. The High Priestess, Lady Isis, and your own divine soul are calling you to trust in the unfoldment of a mystery into revelation right now. Pay attention to sacred signs, dreams, and intuitions right now, as they are accurate and more prophetic than usual. Provided the guidance in these spiritual insights is guiding you deeper into love, which you will recognize as a feeling of deep trust, safety, and knowing, even in the most unfamiliar circumstances, then you can trust them completely. So it's feeling with that heart space, recognizing with that heart space, seeing with that heart space. This oracle is also an indication there's something completely unfathomable, bizarre, or strange is happening right now. Provided you feel love in your heart, right? Trust it. It is the hand of the divine guiding you, and you just don't know enough of what is happening in the bigger picture yet to make sense of the situation. But you will in time, and possibly much sooner than you realize. I got real dramatic with that last piece because that is a very specific message for somebody or a group of somebodies. If it's bizarre, if it's strange, if you don't understand how or what it could possibly mean, but it feels right and it's stirring something within you, trust that and go with that, and know that you will understand everything you're meant to understand when you are meant to understand it. The more bizarre it is, really the better at this point in the game, you guys. Like, really. And then we're going to close this out with, if I could remember my alphabet here, with the Lady of the Stars. All right, the Priestess of Sirius. Sirius is a celestial goddess, a star of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. It brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment of all other oracles in this deck. She tells you to pay attention because something significant is taking place right now. I just got the chills. I'm hot as hell right now, but I just also got the chills. Sirian energy takes the inner path and the spiritual healing journey into a whole new stratosphere, right? That's what we're doing with this 8-8 portal, with this alignment with Sirius. This is what we are experiencing right now. It is wise, ancient, and an extremely high vibrational energy. It takes a certain level of soul evolution to be able to consciously register Sirian light and transmit it on this planet. And that's what we're doing right now, you guys. That's what we're doing. We're becoming a match to be able to do that, to channel that energy into this planet. We are the vessels channeling that energy into this realm to aid and uplift humanity. This is amazing. It is so beautiful. The heart in question must be able to consciously cultivate unconditional love for it to occur. That's why with this portal, the opening of the heart center, right? That activation of a higher level of that heart chakra. However, we can still receive Sirian light and healing assistance even if we are still learning to more consistently come from unconditional love. We will feel it more and more strongly as we grow spiritually, but even in our learning phase, we can open our hearts to this divine celestial goddess and allow her, through her priestess Lady Isis, to bless us with genuine spiritual gifts. Boom. Goddess Sirius, through her priestess Lady Isis, is reaching to you now. She has offerings of great spiritual support and a message that there is something significant that you need to be aware of in your life right now too. Accepting celestial assistance and unconditional love of Sirius will help you now. To receive the assistance, you can choose to surrender into your heart and allow divine love to infuse and heal, direct, and unfold all aspects of your life and growth. It is total trust and surrender, with absolute faith that the unexpected twists and turns will be leading you in the best direction, right? Did we not just talk about that? The unexpected twists and turns, the strange and bizarre circumstances. Advanced souls are capable of feeling and receiving the high vibrational love from the Sirius star system more consciously and consistently. It can come to feel like a perpetual spiritual sun above the crown of your head, nourishing you with light at all times, causing your own soul light to grow brighter. As you surrender into your heart, your soul light will feel more and more palpable to you. The gifts of Sirius flow into the soul like a cup receiving divine nectar. The more aware and connected you are to your soul, the more conscious you will be in recognizing the blessed effects of Sirian light in your life. The priestess Lady Isis wishes to help your soul connect with Sirius and you to connect with your soul so that the full blessing of the celestial star goddess can nourish and transform your life, allowing its course to run true to your real and genuine divine passions. Yes. Even if you aren't sure what those passions are as yet, your soul knows, and Sirian energy helps your soul to be itself on this planet, fulfilling and fully manifesting that divine blueprint of our soul, that sacred soul fire in this reality, in this dimension right now. Sirius brings blessings of heightened intuition, refined soul healing ability, and closer connection to your soul and the Lady Isis too. If you have been questioning your evolution, starting to wonder if you are really just at the beginning of the path or not really in initiation at all, then this card is a divine acknowledgement of the power, light, and evolution of your soul vibration, that there is refinement and advancement there. This is not grandiose. In fact, one way to know whether this guidance is genuinely for you is that you will feel peaceful and humble within you as you receive the guidance. You will feel gently validated and affirmed within, not puffed up with false pride or ego. You will feel inspired and uplifted to continue with your inner work, not in need of telling others how advanced you are spiritually. If you feel inflated or better than others in any way, this is not the guidance for you, at least at this time. Instead, the guidance for you is to realize that you are beautiful, you are worthy, and the part of you that is comparing yourself to others, hoping to find that you are better, is suffering from an emptiness within that doesn't know that you are beautiful and worthy. It is wiser to spend some time filling that inner emptiness with your own acknowledgement of your worth than trying to trump others. Better to go inside the emptiness until you find the seed of love and light within than to seek external appearances to make you heal. The latter just won't work. So that's going back into the void again. We may have to do this. We're in this process, right? We have the sun, the ego, and we have the Sirian sun, right? Our soul sun. And so this interplay, this ego death that we've been constantly and consistently going through, that happens in layers as we're receiving our true soul light and stepping into the truth of our soul. We're releasing the old, we're releasing the ego, we're releasing all of that lower vibration energy, and we're stepping into the truth and the full resonance of our souls. And we're going to go back and forth sometimes, you guys. And so just know that and understand that and be patient and compassionate with yourselves. And if any of you are getting into that place where you're comparing yourself too much to others, excuse me. And I want to say as well and point out that this doesn't necessarily mean thinking you're better than. If your ego is becoming too engaged and blocking this process, or needs to be cleared and needs to be loved and soothed, then part of, right, because that's how we cleanse and transmute anything, is by loving it, right? So if that needs to happen, we may compare ourselves to other people and feel more than, but we may also fear less than, right? And so either one of those is an indication that we're out of balance and we want to come back in and direct that beautiful healing energy to ourselves, and to love and soothe our ego, to love those parts of us that don't feel good enough and don't feel worthy, or feel as though we are better and more worthy, to love all those aspects of ourselves back into harmony. And then we also, as well, have additional messages. The Oracle of the Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment. It enhances, amplifies, and strengthens any other oracle that you draw immediately before or after it. It is a call to pay special attention to the cards next to it, and you are guided that you will grow greatly through the lesson or learning specified in any oracle next to it. So we have this next to, like, really just amplifying this entire reading, I think, and everything that has come up so much, all of this empowerment, all of this initiation, this support that we're receiving, this process that we're going through, all of these mysteries and these layers of ourselves that are being revealed. Like, this entire process, everything that we've talked about in this reading is being amplified by this card. Just as the energy of Sirius and this Lionsgate portal is amplifying our entire ascension process at this time. It's really refining and amplifying that energy and blessing it. It is a blessing. Sirius energy is a blessing. This portal is a blessing. It is blessing our journey and our evolution right now. And then right after it says, when the Lady of the Stars appears around any other oracle, there will be a blessing of divine grace. So assistance, miracles, healing, help, mastering the lessons, like, there so many blessings that we're receiving right now. So many blessings, and shadow healing as well with this card as well. On the bottom below that, the Temple of Black Obsidian. These shadow aspects that we are still continuing to heal and going into, and receiving the gifts for some of you from those shadow elements of yourself as well. Any places that you're taken there, know that there's a gift for you there as well, if you are brave enough to take that journey. And then the Chariot of Ascension, the Merkaba, underneath that, spiritual work of the higher initiate. So interdimensional travel, the strengthening of that Merkaba, that energy center, that field of our energy that allows us to astral travel in safety, that is being strengthened and reinforced as well. That was happening with the 7-7 portal as well, in preparation for the 8-8 portal. And then on the bottom of the deck, Truths Unveiled, just like we were talking about. It's all coming full circle now. That is going to wrap this reading for us for today. Happy 8-8 portal. I love every one of you so very much. There's so many beautiful blessings that are going to be unfolding for us. So go out, do that solar meditation, do that meditation to Sirius in the evening time. Really connect with your star family, connect with your higher self, with your own soul. Open up, set those intentions, receive those seeds and those blessings, and ask for what it is that you need. Whatever it is that you need to fulfill your purpose will be granted to you at this time. So ask for what you need. If you don't know what that is, just ask that you just ask anyway. Don't be specific, just ask. Ask them to deliver it, and like, they know, like we talked about, your star family, spirit, the Sacred Mother, like, they know what you need and they will deliver it to you. If you take nothing else away from this, take that away from this, and just really be open. Like, there's going to be so many layers being peeled away from us this week as we approach this portal and prepare for this. So just know that whatever is coming up for the purpose of this initiation, for our growth and our expansion. And it is all beautiful. There is a gift, there is a lesson. Learn the gift, learn the lesson, and you can proceed, right? And no dream is too big or too magnificent. That is, as we are coming into more of an understanding and an unfoldment of ourselves, we're going to be dreaming big dreams. We're going to, our ego, our human mind is going to come back in and be like, that's not possible. That can't happen. Yes, it can. If anything else, there are some of you out there that needed that encouragement. This reading was absolutely confirmation that it is possible. If you've been thinking that something is too grand or impossible, it is possible. It can happen. You are being supported. This was confirmation from Spirit for you about that right now. If you guys are struggling during this portal, or if you're not and you just want a little extra guidance or support, please reach out to me. I offer personal readings. I offer Belvespita sessions. This translates to angelic healing of the hearts. It is a beautiful healing modality that was downloaded and gifted to humanity to aid us in this ascension process. It helps to open up that heart chakra, to really heal that heart energy, to reconnect us to our divinity, to our purpose, to heal on all levels of being. It is so beautiful and so potent and so powerful. And it draws from the strength and utilizes, like, I work with these higher dimensional beings, these 5th, 6th, 7th dimensional beings. Really, I'm not even sure what dimension these beings are all from. It's whatever I believe the channel or the practitioner is attuned to and a vibrational match to. So these different energies work through me to help to assist you. I look at myself really as a portal for these energies to work through, right? We are all portals. And so, like, that can be so healing and so helpful. There are just so many ways that I can assist you if you need that assistance and you're willing to reach out and ask for that help or that guidance. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I love to do. Take advantage. If you want to donate to this channel and help to support this anchoring in these new templates for the new earth, where we're all doing what we love and we're all just being who we are and living in our truth and our divinity and our integrity and going after that life purpose as I'm doing right now, you can absolutely donate to my channel. There's a link for that below as well. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't yet so you can catch more videos. You guys know the drill. All those different things, all that good stuff. I love and appreciate every single one of you so very, very much. And I will talk to you very, very soon. Have a good night.